We got some wild and crazy fun music there as the Brownies, yes, the Brownies, the Kardiac Kids 2.0 do it again in some way. They pull off a miracle and come back and beat the Bears 20-17 down at Cleveland Browns Stadium. Welcome to the Fanatical Browns postgame show. I'm your host, John. There's Steve. And we've got Sam down there in Texas. And we're here to talk about what the hell just happened. Glad to have you on board. So what happened, man? Well, Steve, nice to see you. Sam, nice to see you guys. Sam, how you doing down there in Texas? Are you excited?
Good. Weather is amazing. It's 68 degrees right now.
Oh, wow. Nice.
It's perfect outside. But I'm doing good, mostly, other than the fact that I almost had a heart attack at the end of the game. Yeah, I'm doing good. It's nice out here in Texas. But yeah, that was a really terrifying game for a while there. When they were down 17-7, came back, won the game. That was impressive. But it was a good game. It showed the Browns' resilience. It showed that they aren't just going to give up and quit at some points. It's just a good game all around, except for the interceptions, but whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I'm the irrational fan. I deleted my...
Really?
Yeah. Go
And
figure. I went ahead and deleted some of my posts on my own account because I was being I was predicting already a loss midway through the third, and I'm sure our colleague Joel Cade, the left guard, is laughing hysterically as I went and took my dogs on a walk with my beautiful wife, Laura. But yeah, I mean, you're right, Sam. I've experienced, and I'm sure Steve can talk about this in a minute, many heart attacks, heart failures, as we've watched the Browns. And this was another classic Browns historically that will be remembered by many. And it literally came down to the last Hail Mary by the Bears. And somehow that ball fell into the Bears wide receiver's hands. Mooney could not hold on to it. The only thing, I've watched it like 10 or 12 times already.
I know.
And he was kind of tripping backwards and losing his balance. And it's one of those things where, if you or I were trying to fall back and try to catch something while you're losing your balance, I think that's kind of what happened. And then from the weight of hitting the
at the end.
Yeah. So just bailed out there, my God. But how the Browns came back after being down 17-7. Steve, how you feeling right now?
Good. I spent my morning with the Middle Tennessee Browns backers. They were looking pretty bad, and then I stood in a certain spot, and I was told to not move from that spot, and the Browns made a big comeback. So I did not move from that spot.
That's amazing. Where was the spot? Tell us a little bit about this.
Well, it was at one of the bars that they have 3 bars, and this one wasn't open.
Okay.
And I stood right there, watched TV, and all of a sudden the Browns started coming back, and somebody came up and said, "Don't move. Don't move." And I went, "I won't." My wife Karen, she goes, "They're going to win this game."
The superstitious.
And she had complete faith.
Oh, totally. I mean, the superstitions that we Browns fans exhibit every Sunday are just, Sam, you're so young. You have, I mean, I'm thinking I started being a fan a little bit younger than you, and all the games that we've watched over these decades, Steve, are just like what happened today is so it's
unbelievable.
Unbelievable. It's just crazy. So many things that we can talk about in this game. I mean, the fact is the Browns won, and they're 9-5. They are still in the 5 seed because they weren't going to go up or down regardless today, but they are establishing themselves more of a real chance now of not only making the postseason, but even getting a potentially higher seed. It'll be hard to do that, but they could
even just lose one or 2 games, and we might be able to make it in there.
Yes.
They can still get the number 1 seed.
That would be insane and awesome.
Insane.
They
Just
still
insane.
can. It depends on Jacksonville and Baltimore.
We just need Baltimore to stop winning, and then we'll get the 1 seed.
Exactly.
What happened in the Tennessee game? They had a big lead. I didn't catch all of that.
I
And then
don't
Houston
know.
The
came
Titans
back.
happened.
Okay.
They're choke artists.
Well, I don't know. Like, okay, so I'm like a lot of typical Browns fans, and you know that game, the way it was going at the beginning, you know, we relied on our defense.
Yeah.
The offense was puttering. Joe Flacco, I thought Flacco Mania was dead. I really did.
I did too.
On that third interception that he threw after we just got the recovered fumble on the punt was just, I thought it was ginormous, and I thought it was going to kill us. So the fact that, you know, that was the case in that moment, I and then how they turned it around. I think it's because I took the dog on a walk. Now,
See, you were
Walk your
doing
dog
the
a
same
lot.
thing I was.
hey, we want to thank all of you, by the way. I see that we got a lot of followers right now tuning in to us here on the X, Twitter, on YouTube. We are the Fanatical Elves Network, and we would love for you to subscribe, follow us here on Apple, on Spotify. This is a huge win. By the way, we're giving away more free stuff. We got another elf hat that we've just put into the free giveaway.
Nice.
So we'll be doing that here. Later on tomorrow, I'll be calling that name out. So we already got one guy, fella out there in California. Can't remember his name off the top of my head, but
Wasn't
he
it
won last
something
week.
ball?
That's right. It was Bocce Ball.
Bocce, yeah,
I
Bocce.
just
Bocce
talked
ball.
to him. I just texted him via our account out there in California, and he's loving this big win by the Brownies too. I told him I got that hat going out in the mail tomorrow. We'll get another hat out to the winner later this week. So follow us, please. Just follow us and tell all your Browns fans about what we do here. We got a great group here, Steve. We got Sam. We got Elliot. We got Joel. We got Rod Bloom. Just bringing some great entertainment. And we also do some writing on the side for Cleveland Sports Talk, for Dog
I just
Daily.
published an article.
Awesome.
10 minutes
Northeast
ago.
Ohio
Good deal.
Sports Insiders. So we contribute to a lot of different events and periodicals. And so you know, this game again, it got off to kind of that start where I was worried when we went down 7-0. You know, they got the lead first, but the Browns fought back and had a great long 85-yard drive that really, you know, I said, okay, this is good. Now we're back in it. Flacco, though, made a couple more mistakes. But in the end, you know, like, it's just crazy what happened. I can't. I mean, where was the turning point? Or what got this team to get the win? I mean, how did this, in your estimation, how did they pull it out?
It was the stop. They had like what, 3 or 4 3-and-outs.
Yeah.
And then Flacco hit Amari Cooper for that touchdown. That was it. Game over.
I definitely agree.
Game over.
Yeah. No, that touchdown was huge. And then they got the stop, got the ball back, had a huge couple plays to David Njoku. Njoku's catch and then run down the left-hand side, got him down to the 20-yard line, which was just massive. Yes. I can't figure David Njoku out. Sometimes he shows a lot of enthusiasm, and other times he tries to be real stoic. But I did notice a lot of other Browns fans taking off their shirts and exposed in the elements because they're all Njoku fans, because David Njoku has a history of taking off his shirt. And Steve's, yeah.
No, I'm not going to.
But huge play there. Get the field goal to go up by 3 with 32 seconds to go. Bears get the ball back. Justin Fields gets there. Justin Fields' first pass to the guy looked really good. He dropped it. The second play, he gets it. They get it. They run up the sideline to the Browns' 45-yard line with 20-some seconds to go. And I'm going, oh, crap. Well, the Browns held on and got it down to 5 seconds. I thought maybe the Bears would try to do like a quick hitter, to get them in field goal range with like a second or two. And the way the clock was being managed, I thought that was reasonable. So it didn't pan out that way. And Fields throws this Hail Mary into the middle of the end zone. And I'm thinking, while it's going in the air, I'm thinking, okay, it's long. It's going to go by the field goal post. No, it was right there. So I'm thinking, okay, just knock it down. And then all of a sudden, you just see this Bears player on the ground or falling to the ground as the ball is being cradled by him, like, oh my God. And somehow that ball got kicked. I think it was because of his imbalance and falling backwards. You know how you get uncoordinated. He dropped it,
Just
and the
falling
Browns,
in general.
right? And he get
Yeah.
yeah. So again, the Browns do it. They pull out the miracle. They get the win 20-17. They sit at 9-5. They're still in the 5 seed. There are some big games going on right now. The Buffalo Bills are playing the Dallas Cowboys. I think we want to see the Bills lose, but it looked like the Bills kind of had the upper hand in that one right now. Houston did pull out the win against Tennessee, which doesn't help the Browns, but the Browns now have to travel down to Houston, and I'm expecting that CJ Stroud will be back in action.
Maybe not.
Yeah, or they'd be facing Case Keenum, their former backup.
The
Regardless,
legendary Case Keenum.
I think with this win, and tell me if I'm wrong, but you can do the math for me. But regardless of what happens, even next week in Houston, win or lose, the Browns still will probably hold on to that 5 seed.
I think so. I do believe that they will still have the 5 seed even if they lose, but I'd have to check the math first before I can solidly say that.
We'll figure that out as the week goes on.
They have to win every AFC game.
Well, they got to keep winning, yeah.
Absolutely.
If they beat Houston next week, which is not going to be easy, then they totally control their own
because they get that gets them to 10 wins. Right now they're at 9 wins. They have 4 games left, correct? 4 games left. So they play the Texans. They'll have the Jets. Now, the Jets are starting to circulate this whole thing about Aaron Rodgers being medically cleared. It'll be a Thursday night game on national TV.
Not going to play.
Well, you wonder,
no reason.
I don't think so either. But
I agree with Sam. Not going to play.
So they got Houston. They got the Jets, and then they go on the road 2 more times. I think they play. Who do they play?
In Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So do they just have 3 more games left? Wait, they're 9-5. So 4. Yeah.
So
3
Houston,
more. So they have 3 more games.
And
so we got the 3 games, not 4. I was giving you the wrong math. 3 games left: the Texans, the Jets, and then the Bengals. The Bengals won yesterday, so they sit at 8-6. The Browns are 9-5. All things are.
You need to win that game.
Which one? All of them.
The Bengals game. All of them, but the Bengals game specifically, now that they've become a little bit more competitive.
Could be important. Yep.
Yes, it could be very important. I know, Steve, earlier today you were like, "Oh, that's not going to be that big of a deal," but I still think
I don't
that
think so. I don't think so.
Well, it would be
I'm
definitely be
to it.
If they can get up to 11. If they can somehow get this win next week down in Houston, and then come back home and get the win against the Jets, that's giving they're sitting at 11-5.
They're in.
That's they're sitting right now. They've got 9 wins, so that would be 2 more. So they'd be 11-5 going down to Cincinnati.
Yeah,
but even 10-6 would look pretty good. There was a year several years ago, back in like 2007, the year that the Browns got to, I think, 10-6, and they did not make the playoffs.
No,
they got in
because the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans cheated.
Yes,
they conspired to keep the Browns out.
Sam, were you even born in 2007?
Yes, I was. I was alive.
Okay.
That's the year I was born, so I wasn't witnessing anything.
Tony Dungy and Jeff Fisher.
Sam, what did you think
of each other and kept the Browns out?
Sam, when you were watching the game today, what were you thinking throughout the process? And did you think the Browns had a
I was
chance?
disappointed when they were down 17-7 and the offense just couldn't get anything done.
Right.
You and me both.
But I feel like it was when, like Steve said, when Amari Cooper caught that big touchdown. I feel like that changed everything. I think they all realized that they have a chance because being down 3, not 10, is a big difference because it's 1 possession now, not 2, and so it was a big difference for them. And so I think that kind of motivated them to do a little bit better.
Well, they got the field goal first, right? Because it was 17-10 when Cooper caught the touchdown.
Might have been actually, but I feel like that touchdown still. I feel like that touchdown really put them in a place where they realized they could.
And they got the touchdown. It was
Right.
17-17.
Yep.
Then they got the field goal.
Okay. Yeah.
By
I feel
the
like
way,
it was just it just really
we have a
pushed them.
kicker.
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was just looking at the screen like, please don't miss. I don't have the capabilities of thinking about you missing.
As my wife points out to me, every time he kicks a field goal, she looks at me and goes, "They have a kicker."
That's right. They do. I mean, you consider where this team started at the beginning of the season and dismissing Cade York. I don't even know where Cade York is these days, but
I don't either.
All that controversy, Dustin Hopkins has certainly
have a kicker
come through. And you know, it was one of those games down at the stadium where it was raining for a good portion of it. The sun came out late. And somehow the miracles keep coming for these Kardiac kids. Let's pause for a quick break here. We're on the post-game show. We are part of Fans First Sports Network, part of the Fanatical Elves Network. The Browns win 20-17 over the Bears. We'll be right back. And we're back. We're in euphoria here on the Fanatical.
After those ads, I'm even more in euphoria.
Right? We're doing some scintillating commercials. I think I've now, you know, everybody that's tuning in, thank you for watching us right now. And then tune in to the audio because that's where we earn our pennies for our podcasting. So we really need you to download us on Apple, on iHeartRadio, on Spotify, any of those platforms. We share out our podcasts. We also write for a number of periodicals like Cleveland Sports Talk, like Fans First Sports Network, like Dog Pound Daily, like Northeast Ohio Sports Insiders. So catch our writing too. I also write for King James Gospel. Talked about the big Cavs win last night. They had a couple players down, Darius Garland and Evan Mobley, but Cavs came through last night. So, but the Browns now are in really good shape. How do you see this next? Well, let's just focus on Houston right now. The Texans have CJ Stroud. He sat out today, but he's had a phenomenal rookie season. The Ohio State quarterback has just been spectacular. And you know, the Browns, now this will be the second year that they've had to go down to Houston in a row. Last year was Deshaun Watson's first game back as a Cleveland Brown. The Browns pulled that game out thanks to I believe it was a
Tony Fields.
Well, Donovan Peoples-Jones, I think, ran back a punt in that one.
Tony Fields scored two touchdowns.
Yes. So I don't know. I think we can rely again on our defense. Joe Flacco has got to. I mean, Flacco mania continues, but he threw 3 interceptions today, and I think part of that is because other teams and the Bears. Let's just give the Bears defense some props. They really have. I mean, I know Browns fans who don't pay attention to the NFL very much probably don't realize. They just look at the record and say, "Well, God, the Bears are 5-8. How the hell? Why was this game even close?" Well, the Bears have playing amazing. Montez Sweat is a beast.
Damn, he's
good.
He's really good.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So they got to go down to Houston now. Now, Houston is not the Chicago Bears defense. Houston has been, I think, playing on the back of CJ Stroud and his phenomenal rookie year. I think the Browns have every opportunity to go back down there and show them who's boss. I think Houston's an up and coming team, but this was another emotional win for the Browns, but man, they just keep coming through. They keep surprising even me. I mean, I had my doubts again, and I don't know how many wins this is in the last few moments. We have to figure that out after we get off the air. But this is at least 3 or 4 games this season, at least, that have come down right to the very end. The Baltimore game, this game,
San Francisco
game,
Indianapolis,
the Colts game.
Yeah.
So that's 4 right there.
Yeah.
It just, Browns fans are just holding their breath, and it's paying off. We have Victory Monday. So we got our shows coming up this week. Steve, you've got your Dog Pound South show. That will be tomorrow.
Yes, it will.
Mm-hmm.
Sam, what do you got going on this week?
I got just the normal Wednesday show on Wednesday, obviously. Just
the Browns
that one.
breakdowns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll be bringing that one. It'll be a happy one.
Very happy. Well, everything is much better. Even it might be dreary weather here. We're under a winter weather advisory here in Columbus for tomorrow.
Oh, really?
You're supposed to, I know, it's crazy. But, the forecast for Christmas, it's going to be in the mid-50s down here.
We had that like 2 years ago, yeah.
It's just crazy. This winter has just been nuts. But this Brown
today
season,
it's like mid-50s. A year ago it was below 0.
Right. We were playing the New Orleans Saints, and
below 0.
Oh yes. Well, right, even Cleveland. Yeah, it's been a weird year. The El Nino is in full effect. The Browns are winning games in crazy ways, and the unpredictability of everything keeps us all on our toes and keeps us entertained. That's all we can ask for as Browns fans. This has certainly been one hell of a season. One that I mean, you go back to 2020, and 2020 was just weird.
Oh, that was a hell of a ride.
But it was weird because it was like during a pandemic and there weren't fans in the stands. And so we all were experiencing all of this like virtually through TV. And now the fans in Cleveland are getting a chance to see their team full force. Kevin Stefanski's second season now that he's gone will have a above 500 record. Only the second coach, and you know this, Steve, since who in Brown's recent history? Actually, since like the last 40 years, probably 50 years. Marty Schottenheimer. He's the only
Marty.
He's the only coach now with 2 successful above 500 records. That says a lot about Kevin Stefanski and what he's doing and his coaching staff. Steady Eddie. I got to give him some props. 9 wins, so they are guaranteed a winning record.
A little play calling in the first half was a little iffy, but
they hit the 40. They hit the 40 pass mark again.
Yeah, he stepped up fourth quarter.
What really gets me
play calling.
Well, pisses me off. It's like those non-calls, and then the calls that go against the Browns. Pierre Strong, the first time he touches the ball, goes 25 yards, and there's a holding call.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. I know.
Well, final thoughts before we let everybody go. I know Browns fans are in euphoria right now. We've got still dozens of you watching us, so thank you again for tuning in to our Fanatical Elves Network. Go Browns. Final take, Sam, down there from Arlington.
Yeah, I mean, this game was good. It was just it's the interceptions that I feel like are really killing this team. We're winning, but I feel like I've preached this a lot. It's that you can't win with 3 turnovers unless you get lucky. And clearly, we've been getting really lucky, and we've been winning with 3 turnovers. But what I keep expressing is the playoffs, and you don't get redos. It's not a regular season game. You win or you lose, and if you lose, you're out. And so I feel like trying to express to the players how important. I mean, Joe Flacco probably all knows this, but trying to express to everyone how important this ball security, trying to limit interceptions is. It's just it will lose you games. It hasn't yet because we've gotten lucky with all the other with 7 total, or is it 8? I think. Might be actually no. It's 7 total turnovers for the opponents in the last 2 games, but eventually our luck will run out, and these 3 turnovers will kill this team. So I feel like trying to limit turnovers is something we really need to do.
Yep.
Sam, I was going to elaborate a little bit on like Joe Flacco, because as a Browns fan, and Steve, you can probably understand this, watching Joe Flacco over the last 1,000 years as the Ravens quarterback, there were multiple games, Sam, where Joe Flacco kind of did the same thing with the Ravens, where he would make mistakes, he would throw interceptions against the Browns, but he would always come through with some heroic play or some big play, and he's doing it with the Browns, which is pretty phenomenal. Like that his charisma and his ability to let that pass and continue to make a beautiful throw, for example, like you said, to Cooper, which was just amazing. I saw it on replay, and it's like
Oh my God.
the touch he put on that ball to get it through the three. There were three defenders right
I
there.
know.
And he was baiting that all game long, all afternoon. That's what we were seeing. And so, yeah, it's just amazing. I'm happy that Joe Flacco is winning games for the Browns. It's pretty magical right now. Steve, final thoughts.
Browns need to stop putting Kareem Hunt in impossible situations. They know he is going to run on short yardage, and didn't work all game.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see Elijah Moore and David Njoku. Game. Flacco, what is he now? 11-2 in Cleveland Browns Stadium.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good.
Right. We're all very good here.
Defense stepped up. Alex Wright stepped up. Secondary stepped up when they needed them to late in the game. Justin Fields had a opportunity to extend the lead, and they didn't. And Browns shut them down. Good job, Jim Schwartz. So now we're 9-5.
Yep.
Gotta go to Houston. Houston, it's going to be a tough game, but I think they're going to win. I just do.
It's an indoor stadium.
They're on a roll, baby.
Yeah, I think I do. I think they've got so much momentum going into this game, but again, it was just one of those moments again in Browns lore that we will continue to talk about. These games this season has been just nuts. And but in a fun way. It has all us very emotional Browns fans, very emotional. That will continue as the season progresses. We only have 8 days till Christmas, so you couldn't ask for more excitement. Everybody, I hope you have a great rest of your Browns victory Sunday night. Enjoy your victory Monday. We will be announcing the winner of the free ball cap, the elf hat, the winner cap tomorrow evening on my my Victory Monday show. So tune into that. Steve will have his Dog Pound South show tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, yes, I will.
Sam will be bringing his Browns Backers show. We've got the Browniacs. We've got the
Browns
What the Elf was that?
Not Browns.
Browns Breakdowns. I'm sorry, Browns Breakdowns.
It's okay.
Browns Breakdowns. We've got the Browns Blitz with Rod Bloom and everybody else. So thanks again. Browns win in historic, fun fashion. Again, another comeback. They beat the Bears 20-17. They are now 9-5 on the season. Go Browns.
Go Browns.
Woof, 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 woof.
Go Browns.
I got to find my music. Where's my music? Oh, here we go.
Play that funky music.
Play that. We're trying to stop technical difficulties.
Go Browns. Stick with Browns ability.
wants to keep going. Hold on.